Oh yo, hope you did something fun today. It's almost July, which means art fight time! Are you excited? Cause I sure am. There's two things I look forward to every year, and that's art fight in July and Secret Santas in December. So every time one comes around, I go bonkers in joy. But in case you're not aware of what art fight is, worry not, for I shall happily explain that and my experiences with it while I draw myself an icon for the occasion. First and foremost, what is art fight? Basically, it's a big art trading game. It has its own dedicated website, which I'll link below for anyone curious. And if you make some kind of visual art and have some original characters, you can make an account on there and join in on the fun. It starts on July 1st and ends on July 31st, lasting a whole month. People can register at any time, but that's the only time you can actually play the game. The way it works is, people get split into two teams, and you draw for the people in the opposite team to earn points. The team that earns the most points during the event is the winner. Pretty simple. Each year the teams have a different team. This year it's Seafoam vs Stardust, and I'm going with Team Stardust. Thus, that's the team for the icon I'm drawing. To give you more examples, past year's teams were Werewolves vs Vampires, Bloom vs Wither, Steampunk vs Cyberpunk, and so on. Once the current art fight ends, the people that own art fight put up a form to suggest themes, and later make a poll with them, and the one that gets the most votes is the theme for next year. Then in the latter half of June, they make a cool little animation to reveal the teams, and from then till the start of the fight, people can go and pick which one they want to be on. If you don't pick during that time, then when you join the fight, the team is picked randomly for you, though I believe you are allowed to switch the team twice during the duration of the current game. Now once you have an account and a team you're fighting for, the next big thing is uploading your characters to the site so people can draw for you. This is fairly easy to do. Just go to submit the character at the top of the site. There's a bit for a description, credits, the main image, and once the character is submitted, you can add 5 more for a total of 6 reference images per character. Another cool thing the site has is permissions. There's global that apply to all your characters and character-specific ones on their personal page. It's just a blank space for you to say what kind of art you're comfortable to receive and what you're not. Most commonly, people say their comfort levels towards content that needs to be filtered on the site, like gore, nudity, and the like. It's a cool tool to have. With your characters done, you're ready to fight. To do so, you go hunting for characters belonging to the people on the other team, find cool ones you'd like to draw and then draw them. The art you make for the other team is called attacks, and the people you draw for can choose to draw something for you, which would then be called the revenge. And if you keep drawing for each other, you'd end up creating a revenge chain. Those are super fun. I do them with my friends all the time. Though keep in mind, no one owes you art. They don't have to revenge, everything is a personal choice. So definitely don't recommend going around drawing for people only for the sake of getting something back. Draw for the sake of enjoying drawing that character. Some people will revenge, some won't. Most do say on their profile what their general attitude towards revenges is. The same goes for you. Any incoming attacks, which are called defenses, you don't have to respond in kind to if you don't want to. It's a very chill game with no expectations, no strings attached, and that is super nice. No reason for stress or anxiety. I've also seen a lot of people stressing about the amount of attacks they make, since there's a lot of artists on there that make tons of art, and people feel bad they can't make a lot too. But that doesn't matter. As far as art fight is concerned, one art is enough. You get all the achievements if you draw one thing, so don't worry about that. Make as many drawings as your free time and energy allows, and be proud of however many that is. Be it 1 or 100, it's still a wonderful thing. You still made something very cool for someone else, and I think you should celebrate that. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but you can attack people on the same team too. That's called friendly fire, though you do earn less points for doing that, so it's a smaller push towards victory. It's for the sake of encouraging people to attack the opposite team, since that's the premise of the game, though the points and the teams and the victory are all just for fun. The most important part of art fight is to just have fun drawing characters, to give and receive cool art, to celebrate creation. This is going to be the 7th year I'll be participating in art fight, and I'm sure I'll keep doing it until the site either goes under or I can't draw anymore. It's such a delight to my heart. I actually made an account on the site in 2017, but I was too cowardly to join the fight, so I didn't make any attacks or upload my characters till the year after. I always set some goals for myself for the fight. The one I always have is to revenge all my defenses, so attacks I receive. And usually I have one for the amount of attacks I want to do that year. If you want to see all my goals throughout the years and how well I reached them, as well as my whole team history, check out my Twitter. I have a thread dedicated to keeping track of that. I actually need to remake that thread on some other social sites too, like Tumblr or Blue Sky. Would love to do it on more, but not sure if that would be possible. Maybe I could make a bulletin on Toy House. I don't know, we'll see. I will definitely do my best to revenge all attacks this year too. I do have a full-time job that eats a lot of my time, but the last 3 or 4 days of July, I can't exactly recall how many, I'm off work, and that's plenty of time to get to any revenges I haven't yet. So if you want some art from me, feel free to attack me. I will respond. I'm here to kick names and take butt. And I tend to make something of equal value, so if you drop me a headshot, I'll draw you one back. Another thing I really want to do this year is to draw more pixel art. I don't know yet if I'll only do full bodies like my pixel art video from a few weeks back, or do some headshots too. Guess will depend on how I'm feeling. More pixel art is coming either way. Last year I gone for making 30 attacks, a goal that I failed unfortunately, though just by a little bit due to making some really big pieces that took a whole while. Don't think I'll aim for that this year, since I do have a job eating my time at the moment unlike last year. Probably will stick with my usual of 20. And I think that will be it for the goals for this year. My current stats are 114 attacks made total. I actually reached my 100th attack last year, and I have a speed paint of that on the channel if you wanna have a look. I made a pretty big thing to celebrate this personal achievement. And I've received 70 defenses. Every single year I've made more art than I got back, and I'm quite proud of that. I really enjoy knocking out 3 or so pieces on the last few days attacking my friends, so they don't have enough time to revenge them, and I can call myself the winner of our chains. It's silly and dumb, and I am competitive, and I love showering them in my love for them and their characters. Will say, in recent years I've been getting way less incoming attacks from strangers. I didn't get a single one last year, only revenges to my attacks. I find that kinda weird, like I never got a lot, but I would have thought that I'd be becoming a more enticing target as the years go on and my art improves, especially since I've never failed to respond. I do make less attacks on strangers these days myself though, because I tend to be focused on building long revenge chains with my friends. Wonder if that has anything to do with it. I'm not too turned up about it. My friends do draw some fantastic art, so every art fight is a happy time regardless. And I do get a few revenges from some of the people I initiate attacks on, but it's kinda strange. I'm curious about it in that I wanna know the reason it's happening kind of way, since I enjoy knowing how things stick and why they are the way they are. Unfortunately, most of such things I don't have the answers available to me, so RIP. Also, every year I say I'll make a dent in my bookmarks. Artfight has a bookmark feature where you can save other people's characters for easy access to their character page. I have about 3 pages of characters I want to draw in there, and every year I only get like an average of 4 of them drawn. My friends keep me busy. I think last year I did pretty well, getting like 8 done, but I keep adding characters to my list faster than I draw them, so my bookmarks only grow. It would be so nice to at least get rid of a page of them, but that'd be like 25 drawings and it's definitely not happening. Still, hoping I can tackle at least 5 of them. There's so many fun kiddos out there, and I wanna draw them all! The wait from the team reveal to the actual start of the event always feels so long and way too fast. I just can't wait. I wanna draw right now. Usually, you'd use this time to draw up updates to your character references and all that, but I kind of already have all my characters sorted to good enough level, and I don't feel like making any fancier refs for them at this time, at least not until I update their designs. So instead, starting back in 2022, I started doing arts in the theme of my chosen theme for the year to spruce up my profile on Artfight. In 2022, I did matching banners with my bestie Sealace, and I did a quick edit of an art of Besh to match Wither's theme since I didn't have enough time to make a thing from scratch. Last year, I made both a banner and an icon, and I got speed paints of both on the channel if you wanna check them out. I was on Team Vampire, and honestly, it was so much fun drawing those. I'm still fond of how they turned out. I especially like Besh's long ear in the icon. Don't know why, but I love how it looks. This year I'm doing an icon and a banner too. Glitter galore for Stardust! Originally you were gonna see both in this video, but I ran out of time to make the banner art and didn't wanna delay the video to get it done to have the footage to add here, so you're only getting the icon. Guess you'll need to check out my socials to see it. For now, just enjoy the icon, and to be fair, I am much happier with how it turned out anyway. The design was a bit of a struggle. Stardust isn't exactly anything concrete enough for me to immediately have a vision of how to represent it on me. It's more of an extra flavor on top of something else. And after gnawing on this for a bit, I decided I'd overlay it over my usual stuff, the vague punk / alt fashion I tend to go with. I think the final look in the icon came together pretty nicely, and I'm still so proud of myself for the glasses idea. Plus, going nuts with glitter is always my jam. I am really happy with how the icon came out, especially since when I started I wasn't really feeling it, so it's a wonder it went this smoothly. Can't say the same for the banner art so far, it feels somewhat off and awkward. Remains to be seen if I can fix that as I go. If not, hopefully all the sparkles will be enough to distract from this fact. I think I have been scared of tackling for years. Despite wanting to, for a very specific art piece I want to do with Kaito, is coloring anything holographic. It just didn't feel like something I could ever do right. And like an angel from the heavens, almost a month ago, Keijetul on Blue Sky, whose name I'm definitely mispronouncing, dropped a small tutorial on how to draw hollow lipstick, and it broke down how to tackle it perfectly for my head. Suddenly it felt pretty simple and more importantly doable. I linked the post. Please go show her some love for this wonderful gift. If it wasn't for it, hell would have far lamer clothes in here. Now okay, I know what I technically put him into isn't hollow, since it isn't the whole rainbow, but more of a gradient from pink to cyan. I think it might be called iridescence, but the principle on how to draw color shifty stuff is the same, so the tutorial was just as useful and I wouldn't have been able to make it look like it does without it. Heck, I probably wouldn't have even tried to do it. Now, did it turn out well? I'm not too sure. You can be the judge of that. I keep going back and forth with how I feel on it. When I just colored it, I thought I butchered it, and it looked nothing like it's supposed to. But then I zoomed out and thought maybe it does kinda have that vibe. So I don't know, you tell me. Once I finish the banner art, and boy, I hope it will turn out as well as the icon, but I am worried. My greatest fear being that the whole outfit design will look weird and meh rather than cool. But once that's finished, my art fight profile will be all pretty and on theme. Also, this year I'll make a little themed frame for the thumbnails of my attacks. I did one for Vampire Wither and Steampunk last year after the fight was over. A lot of people do them, and I thought it really cute, and finally got around to doing some for myself. They're nothing fancy, very simple stuff, but I still greatly enjoy them, and really need to draw ones for the last few teams I've been in, which are Spice, Nightmare, and T. You can edit the attack thumbnails after submitting an attack, so I've been able to add the frames many years after the fact, and going back through my attacks and seeing them with pretty frames makes me very happy. This will be the first year that I'll be applying one from the get-go, from the very first attack. Will make my whole profile very Stardust once I get 6 attacks done, since the 6 most recent ones are displayed on there. With that made, I'll be ready for this year's round of art fight. For any of you who play art fight, do you do anything to decorate your profiles? Anything on theme? Let me know, I'm curious what sort of other types of aesthetic things people go for. And if you have never participated in art fight before, did I tempt you? Wanna give it a shot this year? I most definitely recommend. It's so fun and honestly very good motivation to draw more and experiment with your art. If that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. So instead of me continuing to try, why don't we have a look at the finished art? Turned out quite nicely, no? Hoping all of my attacks turn out just as good as this year. Really wanna dedicate all my time and effort on them. That's why I likely won't be doing voiceovers for July videos. They take so long. I think last year I also tried to make weekly uploads, since a lot of art means I get a lot of footage. But I don't know if I'll do that this year either. Might still record my process for some attacks. Maybe I'll end up using that footage in future videos, though it feels weird to make them out of art I've already uploaded. Don't know, future me will find out. But anyway, thanks for watching, you done be fun, bye bye!